Jawan review. A mass movie is a vessel, but it's an empty one without the liquid to hold. Masala is hot, but it's only ground dust without the dish. The hero entry moment is legacy, but it's only a stranger striding in slow mo if we don't know who he is. At least Jawan celebrates the identity of the stranger. He is an overflowing vessel, but it is also the dish of the year. When he asks, "My con, who am I?" is a question in the shape of a reminder. The reminder is not just trapped by the big screen. It's everywhere. It's in his name, his narrative, his fatherhood. The interviews he stopped doing, the loyalty of his fans, the cheekiness of Ask SRK's Twitter sessions, the venom of his trolls, the boycott hashtags, the stoic nationalism, and a decade-long comeback in the making. If Pathan was the first line of the reminder, Jawan is the whole punchline. And what a punchline it is. Jawan is not just a social drama, it's drama based in a country so embattled that the only mantra left is when in doubt, Shah Rukh Khan. The leaders have failed, the system is corrupt, and a superstar has decided to take the matters into his own hands. This intervention is disguised as one of the most enjoyable, pulpy, dizzy, and progressive entertainers in the recent memory. Is Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani with swag, Rang De Basanti with zero shame, and Gaya on steroids. Is anti-establishment rage with pro-people hope. It's hard to write a single line of plot without spoiling the experience. So let's just say that Khan in Jawan signifies the sort of a happy heart vigilantism that's immensely satisfying to see. He's a soldier and a jailer, patriot and a saint, and he's fed up. Every time he appears, it's a hero entry moment, and there are at least 10 of these. Closely, you might also hear Khan growl, "Who's your daddy now?" Which is to say that things are so bleak today that Khan needs to be introduced and remembered multiple times. He needs to be there even when he's not, and he needs to keep arriving by hook or by crook, as hero and antidote, as enforcer and protector. In other words, being fiction is not enough. In Jawan, the singularity of storytelling wears the plurality of life. For instance, Robin Hood theme is timeless but also pointedly current. When a hijacking happens, the protagonist, who loves old Bollywood songs, pretends to be a baddie, and his first target is a burqa-clad passenger. Later, a woman is falsely charged and jailed for drug use. She takes the fall for government apathy. When a skirmish at the border goes wrong, soldiers become pawns in a political scam that leaves the army with faulty weapons. It's all there. Farmers' suicides, fumbling ministers, a shortage of oxygen cylinders, a billionaire who funds the government. It's no surprise that electronic voting machines and an impending election play a key role in the premise too. There's a back from the dead and memory lost track, a nod to the fact that a soldier has had to rediscover his stature as a secular icon. There's an all-female team of Avengers and Otush Khan's unique image as both a feminist hero and a beta male lover, and an inspirational women's prison that reframes the cage as a container of pent-up potential. All alleged flaws, a bandaged face, a bald head, middle-age, pregnancy, out of wedlock, cigar smoking, which almost sounds that cigars are injurious to health, disclaimer, morph into superhero capes. When politicians are reduced to caricatures who transform at the drop of a hat is not lazy lighting. The rush suggests that the film perhaps has no time for figures who generally have no time for the people that put them in. At least blinding reverence for Shah Rukh Khan and his daddy era, as well as Nayanthara and Vijay Sethupathi, works wonders for the film. The lovesick treatment ensures that when the director fast forwards through romance flashbacks, climax, and reaction shots in a hurry, our excitement is rooted in anticipation of the next punchy scene. And the next, and the next. It stops mattering that the connective issue is a formality and the tears are used as narrative shortcuts. Everything else is a footnote, a filler in service of bold messaging at a time when even silence is viewed through the lens of dissent. The directioners of this courage, especially a monologue towards the end, is moving because it reveals the cards of a film that isn't afraid to request its viewers to reflect rather than tell them to think. Its activism is almost chivalrous despite the loud tone. It doesn't hesitate to break fourth wall and use its commercial packaging, replete with the contradictions of a weak soundtrack, but its terrific score, wanton violence, and pan-Indian emotions to reason with the very concept of democracy. Add to this the color like a delightfully unhinged villain, Cheetah chilling a high-scale meeting featuring a band-style billionaire vertically challenged henchman pulling his gigantic colleague as they record a video, and Jawan becomes an irresistible cocktail of guts and mainstream glory. Most of all, the subtext is there for everyone to savor. The thrill of watching Shah Khan's film has long been defined by his uncanny ability to make it about himself. Over the years, he reinvented the idea of celebrity narcissism, turning it into meta entertainment at the movies. Khan has often let his life, or at least popular perception of his life, inform the spirit of his roles. Our enjoyment is derived from the illusion that we are watching him as much as the man he plays. Earlier, this autofiction was limited to excavations of his own superstar duality, duplicate Om Shanti Om fan Rab Devan the Jodi. But this only as an action hero that this self-reverence has gone from entertainment to art. The genre physicalizes and mythologizes Khan's journey, pitting him against the real-world demons instead of imaginary people. While it's natural to wonder why it took so long to do all-out action cinema, the timing is perfect. His underdog swag can now afford to be personal and political at once. It can be aggressive and kind at once. As a result, his heroes aren't fighting against, they are fighting for. The बेटे को हाथ लगाने से पहले बाप से बात कर. Before threatening the son, deal with the father threat. In Jawan brings the whole house down for a reason. The flashback of his character stars a child who resembles a young Aryan Khan in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum for a reason. A Lion King reference. Khan and his son voiced Mustafa and Simba in Hindi version of the 2019 live-action remake His Home for a reason. None of it is grandstanding or self-homage anymore. Within the defiant parameters of an action cinema, it acquires the grammar of self-expression. The fight is literal, the scale is fitting. It becomes more, and Jawan is that more. It understands the cinematic truth isn't about logic but pop culture authenticity. It gets the mass is weightless without a sense of matter. It proves that masala filmmaking isn't about giving the audience what they want. It's about asking them what they need.